Hi, Max Fab, and today I'm going to be doing a wish list video where I tell you all of the dolls that I would like to accumulate in 2026. I've done this for the past few years and I decided to do something different this year. In the past years, it's really hard for me because there's so many dolls on my wish list to pick out specific doll lines because I try to keep it like under 50, probably under 30 dolls on my wish list, and that's always really hard because there's so many doll lines. So I decided to do something different, and this year I've decided to take every doll that's on my wish list, or every doll line on my wish list, there's so many, and pick one doll from each line to put on my wish list. So that means there's 388 dolls on my wish list, and I'm gonna go through them and tell you about them. And I'm hoping that there's not gonna be too many parts, but I have a feeling that there is because there's so many dolls on my wish list. I'm not gonna try to dilly-dawdle too much when talking about them, so I apologize if I do. But yeah, there's so many dolls on my wish list. And this doesn't mean that I'm only going to buy these dolls this year. This just means these are dolls that I hope to manifest. These are the dolls that are at the top of my wish list. It's so exciting. I have like a little slide where I put like my top 10 from different doll lines, not every doll line, but just the few that I have gone through and added to it. And it's so exciting when I'm able to like actually accumulate dolls that are in my top 10. Like, I'm always so excited, and sometimes I'm like, no way, stop. So that's what I'm hoping to get here, but also then go after dolls that are like top of my wish list. Randomly, like when I'm like, oh, I want to search eBay to see what's on there, I'll just pick a random doll line, but this way I can pick a specific doll and see. And obviously that's not always the smartest idea because then you're gonna get like expensive dolls, but it'll keep dolls in my head. And again, hopefully I'm able to manifest and accumulate dolls that are at the top of my wish list. That's my hopes. This doesn't have every single doll line or every single doll line that I'm currently looking at. It just has every single doll line that has currently been added to my wish list. There's a bunch that are in line. This doll right here, there's more in her thing. She didn't make it onto, not her specifically, but this line didn't make it in there because I haven't finished adding all of them to my wish list, so apologies. But yeah, there's gonna be so many dolls, so let's begin because again, there are 388 dolls. First I started with doing the Disney princesses because I just did a ranking on them, and so I did a doll for each of the Disney princesses, but other doll lines like Barbie, I think I only did like one doll. So for number one, it's not in any particular order, just here we are beginning. I have Cinderella, which is the Princess on Ice line, or doll, I guess. I really like all the dolls in the series. I would love to get my hands on them. They're not crazy expensive or anything, but that's just such a pretty doll, and she was my top one when I did my Cinderella ranking. Love her. Glad that some of the dolls on my wish list are not going to be like $100 or insanely expensive. But yeah, Cinderella, Princess on Ice, beautiful doll. Would like to get my hands on the other dolls in line, but this is the specific one for Cinderella. Then I have Mulan, Enchanted, Elegance. This one was expensive. She's a collector one. She's gorgeous. Style Series second Rapunzel. I think she's the second that they did, like second release of Rapunzel. Love Style Series line. That Rapunzel, both Rapunzels are beautiful. I just really like the second one that they did. She's so pretty. I think it's the second one. If it's not, it's the one that I'm thinking of in my head, so hopefully manifesting it works that way. Next I have Tiana Disney 100. There's so many really good Tiana dolls, but I just really liked that one, especially because it came out, it's newer. I have the Cinderella, so I would really like to get both of them, and I'm disappointed that I didn't ever find the Tiana one. Next I have Pocahontas Winter Moon, also beautiful doll. Also have not currently looked up the price, or recently I should say, looked up the price of her. Beautiful doll though. Who's next? Broadway Belle. She's gorgeous. They didn't do very many Broadway dolls for them. They did Ariel, Belle. I don't know if they did any other dolls. I'm sure they did. I feel like they did maybe Elsa and Anna, maybe Jasmine, but I don't know if they did. I don't think they did them for all of the dolls, but beautiful doll for the Belle doll. Next I have Little Mermaid Holiday Princess, probably one of like my top dolls that if I didn't choose every single doll line to make a list or a video about, to add here, if that makes sense, she probably would have made my list of dolls that I wanted this year if I chose not to do one from each of the doll lines. Gorgeous doll. I really want her. I feel like she's just so pretty, and I feel like they don't really do dolls like her. 40th anniversary Aurora, again a beautiful doll. Some of those anniversary ones I put a lot of effort into, especially back then. Next I have Disney Store 2021 Alice in Wonderland. I would like to have a doll of all of like the Disney princesses or Disney characters, and I'm really glad that they started doing some of the characters that didn't really get too many dolls. She has a few, but I feel like that one looks more accurate compared to some of the other ones. I feel like they did like a Stacy or Skipper body for Alice when she first came out, or some of the other dolls, because it was Mattel doing it. What's next? Fairy Tale Wedding Enchanted. I was like, oh, what Disney princess? Enchanted. I have two Enchanted doll, three Enchanted dolls, two in their actual outfits. The Fairy Tale one is beautiful. I feel like she looks so good. Don't ask how much she is, because I feel like some of them can be kind of expensive. Legend of Love Hercules. I think that's a 2-pack if I'm not mistaken, and I would definitely like to get my hands on a Hercules doll, and I feel like that one looked really good. I did avoid limited edition LE dolls because I was like unlikely, because there's a really nice Hercules and Meg 2-pack, right? The really expensive ones. Snow White Enchanted Princess, also a beautiful doll. Also would like to have her in my collection one day. I recently think I just looked up her price too. Next I have Elsa and Anna Coronation. It was a 2-pack, so I decided to put them in as if they were one. I'm glad that they sell them as 2-packs. They're such pretty dolls. Holiday Princess Jasmine, another holiday doll. I feel like I like holiday dolls a lot, so I'm not surprised. Singing Moana. I'm trying to think. I definitely can like picture her, but like I feel like they did so many singing dolls, but I really want a Moana doll. Hunchback Esmeralda. I think that's just like the newer one. I didn't put anything else. I think it's I was gonna say newer, but now that I think about it, I bet it's the classic. The OG one, especially because I really want like one of how she actually looks. Raya 2021, so like the Disney Store, I think they don't make too many of her, so I feel like there's very few to go off of. Merida and Angus, that was I really want that one. I have not looked at how much she goes for, because it's the horse. She's riding the horse, and not only does the doll look really good, but I feel like they did a few different ones of Merida and the horse, and I think that one is the best. It just looks so elegant, just so nice. Okay, Singing Asha. Again, they did a few Wish dolls, but not a lot, and I feel like that one is the best. Story Maribel. Again, the newer dolls. They haven't done too much, and I would definitely like some that actually look like how they look in the movies. So I went with those. Okay, now we're moving into Barbie. We have Barbie movie Pegasus Rayla. Is that her name? Rayla? I don't actually know how to say her name. I'm kind of surprised that she made it so high on the list. I do really like her. I have the doll, and I think what I really, really would like to have is I would like to have her dress, because I think her dress is really pretty. So I'm not surprised that she's on here. I do have the doll though, and the doll is beautiful. I just really would like the dress. Next we have Fashionista 90. I believe that is the rainbow dress one. It's a very simple basic dress, but I have been wanting her for a very long time. I think she's iconic. Like when I think of Fashionista, she's probably one of the first ones that I think of. Next I have Bratz Chloe 2018. I'm pretty sure that is the year. It's the 2018 reboot. I just think that she looks so pretty, and I would really like to have her. And I feel like there was a time when they were not that expensive and they were like decent prices and stuff, and now I think that they're crazy expensive. Duchess Fairest on Ice Ever After High. Yeah, no, Duchess is one of my favorite characters. I was looking over all of this stuff. Oh my gosh, voice crack. I thought I was gonna put a Throne Coming doll, because I do really like the Throne Coming dolls, but I do really really like the Duchess doll. Faybelle was originally who I was gonna put, but I lucky enough to have gotten Faybelle. Yeah, I really thought that I was going to put a Throne Coming or Legacy Day doll. I was also going to put Cerise, but I just kept looking at the Duchess doll and I was like, she has to go there. Monster High, Amnita Nightshade. So I have two different Monster High dolls. One is for like random side characters because those tend to be like top ones that I want because I want to accumulate all of the different characters that they did. So yes, and then I just chose out of all the other like main characters and the different movies that they did a doll, and I did 13 Wishes Frankie. Love Frankie's dolls so much. Absolutely love them, and I really like the 13 Wishes. I would like to accumulate all the dolls from it. I have 0 of the dolls from it, and I would like to have all of them. Next, I have a Rainbow High Robin costume ball. I really want a Robin doll. I have yet to get her. Both of the ones that they did were just expensive, and at the time I was not buying too many dolls, so I was hoping that one day I would accumulate them, like I would find them thrifting or something, and it has yet to happen, which is disappointing, but I will continue to hope. I've been able to find some pretty good ones, just not Robin. Next, we have Shadow High Rainbow Vision Harley, another doll that I absolutely would love to own someday soon. I like the Rainbow Vision in general. Is that what they're called? Whatever Harley is a part of, whatever her band is. I would like all 3 of them, but it's okay. I can wait. Next, we have OMG Candylicious and OMG Tweens Regal. Is that her name? Candylicious has been on my wish list for the longest time. I've been able to accumulate some top wish list dolls for OMG. I got Shade. Is that her name? I always call her Shade or Shadow, but I don't think that's actually her name. Candylicious is a Pisces, and I am a Pisces, and I value that so much. Regal is just one that I've always been really, really wanting. They did the Alice in Wonderland line, so like, I like fairy tales, okay? Next we have Moxie Girls Lexa Christmas. I literally looked at all the Moxie Girls and I was like, which one do I really, really like? And yeah, I was like, I really like the Christmas ones really stood out to me, and then they also did obviously the fairy tale line, and then they did like the slumber party line, and I was really looking, and just the Christmas ones in general stood out, and I was like, what's my favorite character? And I went with Lexa. I think she's wearing the outfit. Next we have Na 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 Emery Frost. Fair enough, the color scheme is just absolutely beautiful, and I would love to add to my Na Na Na's collection. I thought maybe I could show you, but they're above the Rainbow High. Then we have Fresh Beats doll, and I can't think of her name. It says it on here, but I don't know how to say it. But it's the doll that I'm currently missing. I have 3 Fresh Beat dolls. 2 is the same character. If you don't know, when I unboxed the one in the blue outfit with blonde hair, she broke. Her leg broke, and I was devastated. I was like, I literally had just, like, their legs are so horribly, like, stiff. I can see, like, maybe why the line didn't do super well. Especially, like, if I saw other people struggling with that. But anyways, I found one thrifting and I picked that up. I did glue my doll's luck on, but I'm changing outfits. Anyways, BFF Crybaby Shannon. That is the butterfly doll, I believe. She's one that I really, really want. I was able to, 2 years ago, get Hannah, who was my top BFF Crybaby doll. And then this one is, I don't actually know if it ever got released in the US. I know it got released in Europe, but I haven't really looked too much because I didn't see that they got released here. Next we have Jewel Hair Midge. That is Barbie, mermaid. I like mermaids. That's all. Begoth, Ultra Inferno, blue. I think the main one is red with black hair, but the blue dress with, like, I think she either has blonde or maybe pinkish blonde hair. Am I making that up? It's definitely a blue dress. Just really like her. Don't look up how much she is. She's also one of the newer ones where I feel like they softened her a little bit more than some of the others, like softened her features and stuff. I don't think it's as, maybe it is. I was gonna say there's like a line where or like a group of them that are like really pulling away from what the dolls originally were, and she might be a part of that, but I just, ever since I saw her, I've just really liked her. And Goth dolls are pretty expensive. Hopefully the 2 that I bought come this year, we're fingers crossed, and then I will have accumulated. When I first started making these videos, Goth was like the one that I was like, I just like to have any of them. I'd like just one, please. I'll take anything. And they released and they're coming back, so I'm hoping that them coming back will drop prices a little on some of the others. But I don't know if I've ever seen her come up on like eBay or Mercari, so if anybody's selling, let me know. Lala Loopsy Girls, B Spells a lot. I think that's the like schoolgirl look. Like, I was gonna say nerd look. I'm surprised she doesn't have like a nerd name. I guess that kind of is like she spells that. Okay. Anyways, Noe Stars, Doe a deer, also just an iconic one. I love a deer. Deers are my favorite Christmas animal. Dearies. Project MC Squared, Ember Fairy Wings. Did I just write that she has fairy wings, or is that what she's actually called? There's quite a few different Project MC Square dolls that I would really like. Again, this doesn't mean that I'm just sticking to these dolls. This is just me saying, like, these are the dolls that I would like to accumulate. We are not very far into this. BFF Yuko 18 inches doll. I don't think that I put a smaller size doll on my wish list. Bratzilla Victoria Antique, another gorgeous doll. Bratzillas loves that line. Fantasy Friends, Mia Monarch. Looks kind of like Poppy. Love her. I don't have very many fantasy friends. I think I have 2. One might even be partially nude. She's definitely nude, but I just really like them, and they were really expensive when they came out. And again, I wasn't collecting very many dolls specifically in stores, and I really regret it because I think that they're really cool and I would like to accumulate some of the dolls. Storytime Princess, Shrek, Snow White, Kung Fu. I didn't actually know that they had like a gimmick when I was looking at them, but the Storytime Princess is MGA's brand, and they did what is it? They did Shrek dolls, and so she's Snow White. She's the Snow White one. And then there's Art Squad Nini. I have 2 of the Art Squad dolls, Nini and, oh no, who's the other one that I need? I can't think. I feel like it starts with a T. Those are the other 2 that I need to complete the line, and I really would like Nini. She's probably one of my favorite ones that they did. Aside from, oh, I cannot think of your name, but I'm looking at you. I apologize. Astra Girl Valmora. Is that how you say her name? I don't actually know. Anyways, also really want these dolls. Arabian Friends. Oh, I don't know how to say her name. I was gonna say it starts with a D. I think there's 4 characters. I think there's more than 4 dolls though. Also pretty hard to get your hands on. I'd be happy with any doll from the line, but I was just like, this one's my favorite one. I think it's the green girl, if I'm correct. I just don't know how to say her name, and I don't want to pronounce it. Be Kind, Daisy Series 2. I have 2 Be Kind dolls. And one of them is Daisy, but I want series 2. I just think that doll looks so good. So good. I love her cute little sweater look. Usually I try to get like all the characters, but the other Daisy just looks so good. Okay, Boxy Girls, Mila. There's so many different Boxy Girls. I have very few. You can see, oh, you can't even see her. I put her on this shelf because I was just taking a look at her recently. But yeah, I don't collect Boxy Girls like going on like eBay and stuff, but if I can accumulate them thrifting for decent prices, I'm 100% gonna go for it. Beatrix Girls, Ainsley. Love Beatrix Girls. There's 3 dolls, I believe. I don't think there's more than 3 dolls. I think they only made 3, but I could be wrong there. Babysitter Club, Mary Ann, Kenner. I love that I put that. I think that I was referencing, why did I put Kenner? Mary Ann, the bigger size dolls. I like the smaller ones that are like not smaller, but like Barbie size. But they made the giant ones, and I would like to get those before I start making the other dolls a priority. Even though they look really cool, I just really like the bigger size dolls. I have one. I got my top one that I absolutely wanted, and now we're working through some more. which is exciting. BJD Constellation Gemini. There's like Amazon BJD dolls, but these ones are the same ones. They're just, I can't get them on Amazon anymore. I think so. I don't think I can get them, but I think they're on Ally, and I always am like, I'm gonna get them, and I just haven't. I do obviously want the Pisces one, but I think out of all of them, like, they gave her a mermaid. They always give Pisces a mermaid tail, and I'm like, why? It's bothersome. Anyways, but I looked at them and I really like the Gemini one. Next, there is Corelli Girls Melody. If you don't know, I really like different random brands, and I found Corelli Girls, and I feel like it's so hard to find them. They're from Europe, and for a while you could order them on Amazon, and now they're like $80. They were not originally that price, which is crazy. Bass Pro Shop Fishing Doll. I don't know if they had names and I just decided to put Fishing Doll, or if they didn't have names. Maybe they didn't, but it's from the Bass Pro Shop. And she is fishing, if you didn't get that. City Girl Blue Green Dress. Okay. I think I said this because if you don't know the line, I think there's 4 dolls in it, and I can never tell if somebody is redressing the dolls in the outfits or if that's who's supposed to come in the outfit, because I've seen 2 photos that look clearly like they're probably in somebody's collection that they photographed them in, and it's of 2 separate dolls in the blue and green dress, and I really like the blue and green dress, so whoever I can find wearing the City Girls blue and green dress, that is who I will put into my collection. Obviously I want all of the dolls, but like, I really like that dress, and I would like to have a doll in my collection that is wearing that dress. So next, Cherry and Jury Black Angel Jury. I feel like I can also, there's certain doll lines, like every time I try to look up them, and I just like a detailed database of certain dolls, and these dolls never have it, so I just have to look on Google for images of them. Hopefully I can find that photo, because I'm not sure if that's even in my wish list. Sydney doll, Skating Girl, maybe Fashion Pack. Is that how you say her name? I always get the name Cindy and Sydney. I think it's Cindy is her name. An older doll line, but also newer, because they just started redoing them in 2018. I feel like they already got canceled, but that's okay. And I couldn't tell if the doll was a fashion pack or just the doll. I don't have any dolls, so I would have to get one in order to put the fashion pack on the doll, but I think it might be a fashion pack, but I could not tell, so that's why I put maybe fashion pack. It might be a fashion pack. I do need a doll to go with it though. I do not have one, but I did really like that outfit. Candy black and white swimsuit. So it's like, Candy is like a knockoff doll line. I've been looking at a few of them on eBay. I think not knockoff, but like taking inspiration from other dolls. Anyways, and she wears the iconic Barbie swimsuit in one of the dolls, and maybe it is considered a knockoff. I don't really know what knockoffs are. Anyways, I'm not sure the quality of the dolls, but that's the one that I really want. And I feel like she's not like insanely expensive, but like also I feel like she's not super cheap. You know what I mean? Cutie Pop Chloette. Is that what her name is? Colette. I don't know if that's how you say her name, but Cutie Pop is, I was gonna like be like this, but she's that way. I have one Cutie Pop. She hardly has anything. She might be wearing, do they do fashion packs? I feel like none of the dolls wear the outfit, but I feel like it's a real outfit. Maybe do they have second outfits? I don't know. Anyways, that one was really cute. I was looking through them and I was like, she looks the best. Okay. This is Fad Dolls, I think is how you pronounce it, and I wrote blonde jeans overall. I feel like questioning if they're even dolls. They kind of look like they should be bobbleheads, but I don't think they are. They just have larger heads. Don't know much about them. I don't know if I would collect every single one, but if I found them thrifting for a decent price, again, I wouldn't pass up the opportunity to have them in my collection. I just don't know how much I would go out of my way to like attempt to find them, especially because usually on eBay stuff is priced higher than it should be. Next, I always say this name wrong because I always say like Bippity, but is it Bippity? No. Bibby Boo. Is that how you say it? Red dress. Again, another doll line. I feel like some of these like knockoff dolls, I'm gonna call them knockoffs, they might not be, are just like hard to look up the different dolls that exist that are a part of the line, and I feel like I really struggled with her, so it is just Google searching and hoping that there's photos. And this one is wearing a really pretty fancy red dress that I thought was so cute, but there's a bunch of other dolls in the line. This one's the cutest. But yeah, there's some really cute dolls a part of it, and just I like different unique faces, so this is a fun one. Katarina's Underworld. I wrote a specific one, but I don't actually think, the more that I was researching her, the more I was like, I don't think that's her actual name. When I was first looking at them, there's like ones that you can like easily find, and then I found this one who is purple and orange. I think she has purple hair, orange outfit, but I could be wrong. It might be flip-flopped. Could not find it the second time. Like when I was first making my wish list, I found her. I could not find her this time going through, so I'll probably end up showing you the photo off my wish list. She could be fake, she could be not real. That is possible, especially when there's a doll line that's like not super popular and I have to Google search. I feel like sometimes I come across customs and I'm like, I don't know how to tell if this is a custom or if this is a doll or if it's a never released. There are 3 dolls of this doll line right here, Radio Disney Pop Dreamers, that I believe are not released, but there's like photos of them, really, and it looks like they're photos of like a random person who accumulated them. So I'm like, is it just so rare that it's only like so many people have them, like there's only so many that exist, or did they only make 3 of them, decide to cancel the doll line, and then somebody was able to get their hands on the dolls? I don't know. That's how I feel about that. So that's what this doll could be, but I'm gonna show her anyways in hopes that even if she is, maybe I can find a custom of her. Anyways, Earth to Jane Jet doll. I think she's also a green doll. I say also because the other doll that I was looking at was green. I feel like I just really like dolls that are green. I think she also has short black hair, if I'm correct. Okay, Bulla, floral skirt, orange top. Again, I was gonna say Fulla is like a knockoff line, but maybe not the correct term. I just feel like she's a doll that's like mass produced, and maybe not mass produced. She's not from around here. There's so many different ones out there that exist. I don't know much about Fulla, so like but like there's just so many, and they don't have like names, or at least when I was looking at like photos, like pulling them up, I couldn't find names. I mean, I guess some of them did, but like there's like 20 different characters with it, so hopefully I'm able to find this one and actually show you. But in my head, and she's on my wish list, I do know that, but hopefully like I'm able to find a good photo, because I feel like the one that I have is kind of not great quality, but she was really cute, and I would like a Fulla doll who actually like comes with like the majority of the pieces, if that makes sense. Fail Fix, oh my gosh, Fail Fix, Pretty Artie. I have a few Fail Fix dolls, and I would like to accumulate at least one of each character. If you don't know the concept of Fail Fix, obviously like you have to fix their hair, but the fun thing about the dolls is they're kind of like a mystery, because you can see what doll you're getting, but they come with different outfits. So they have something covering the outfits, and there were 3 options, like your basic, the glittery outfit, and then the fully gotten ready, and I would like at least one of each character. I don't know if I need all the outfits, and that is one of them. The blue hair doll, I believe. She's really pretty. Okay, next we have Friends Forever Mika. Is that how you say it? Mika? Yeah. Actually, I don't know who makes that line. I can't think. Get Real Girls, Corey, Surfer. Trying to think. I have a Get Reals girl. Also another doll line that I feel like there's so many dolls in there that I don't actually know who they are. Anyways, Funky Tweens Alyssa. Another doll line that is hard to look up all the different dolls that exist in it. Alyssa is one of the characters. She's pretty. I would like to have at least a doll of her. I don't know if there's 2 outfits that she comes with, if there's 4 dolls that they made of her in different outfits. I don't know, but I would just like to have at least one of her. Fidgety Friends, Mushroom Fairy. I don't even know if she has a name. Yes, the fairy dolls. I have two Fidgy friends. I don't know if they're complete or if they even have the majority of their stuff. I would like to have her. She's very cute. Next we have Fresh Fairy Collection Ladybug. Fresh dolls. They did like little mini, I feel like they're keychains, but they're little mini dolls like this big, and I have two of them. I would have, if there were more, I would have gotten them, but there was only two of the characters, and the ladybug is the next one that I need. I think there's 5, and you could buy like a whole row of them, and it was all of them, and I never saw them in stores, never saw them anywhere. I would have picked them up. I feel like they weren't expensive at all. I ended up finding them at like a thrifted discount, maybe not thrifted, but discount place, and I would have picked all of them up if they were there, but no. Next, we have Glow Up Girls Rose Series 2. I have 1 Glow Up Girls doll. I would like to accumulate more. Next, B Fashion Academy Casey. Obviously there's some controversy with, I think, that doll, but yeah, I feel like I don't see too many people talk about this doll line. I don't even know if you can get them in the US anymore because I feel like they're not from here, but we'll see. Fairy Patrol Helena, I think that's a Russian doll line. I put the character because there's so many different dolls and different lines, but not very detailed, so I put the character. That's the orange girly. I would like a doll of her, and because it was Russian and not from here, not produced here, I don't even think sold here. I was just being I was gonna say generic, but I was just being broad. I'd like one of them. I'd take anybody if you have them. God's Girl Abigail, another doll line that I would like to get my hands on. I've seen one YouTuber accumulate them into their collection. I've seen people talk about them. I'm sure they're not insanely hard to find, but I feel like I just never come across them. Even on like, I don't know if I've ever looked at them up on eBay, but I feel like even like just scrolling through social media and stuff, I just never see them. I think there's only 4 in the line, so shouldn't be too hard to accumulate somebody. Darcy Blue Dress. The line is called Darcy. I was like, why did I just put a character's name? Yeah, I feel like that's self-explanatory. Girl Force Krina. How do you say her name? Kriana? I don't know. It's a real person, right? No. That's, in my defense, it's the same people that make the other doll line who is real people. In my head. Okay. Next. Girls of Many Lands, Layla. Is that how you say her name? Layla. I feel like it's spelled differently, and I don't know if I spelled it wrong or if that's actually her name. I think she's, I cannot think of where she's from, and I don't want to be wrong, because in Girls of Many Lands, I think there's an Irish one, and you might think I love Irish dolls and I would like to get Irish dolls, but I don't think that she is. She's the I cannot think of where she's from, but I'll put the photo up so you can see. We are almost to 100, and then I think I'm gonna stop here, okay, because it's getting long. Dream Girls Jean Shorts. I put Jean Shorts because I don't think they have names, and you're gonna see her. There's so many that look like her, like it's the same doll, just different outfits. I don't know if I need every single doll, but especially because I'm pretty sure they literally all are the same doll, just different outfits. But I think 1 or 2 or 3 would be really cute in like a little section on my shelves, would they not? Again, I think they're another like knockoff line. If knockoff isn't the right word, you can let me know. Where are we? We have Elle, A Walk on the Wild Side. Elle is a doll line. I feel like they're kind of expensive. Cali Girls, Barbie 2003. I think this is just the very basics, not basic, but like OG. I did eventually start putting OG when I would put like, but it's a part of the Cali Girl line. Next we have Emo Girls Sundress. I feel like that sounds so bad to put in here, but that's what the line is actually called, and no, they do not look emo. I don't even know when they were made, but they are definitely knockoff. They look very cheap, but again, I like varieties in my dolls. Next we have Decora Girls, Decora Big. The characters, the Decora, not like just the doll line. Her name is Decora. Next we have Disney Adorables. Lotso Bear. I didn't put any Star Wars dolls because, crazy enough, I got all of the Star Wars dolls from series 2. So excited about that. Next. Angel Friends Sulfur. I do think that is a boy doll. I do not have any of these dolls, and crazy enough, I'm not one of the collectors that don't like boy dolls. Next we have BJD Zodiac Amazon doll Scorpio. You might think, oh, we already talked about that. Nope, different doll line. They're smaller size. Also don't have any of those. Also can be found on AliExpress. So maybe you'll see me get them. A Girl for All Times, Matilda. I think that's a UK brand, right? They're from the UK. They're kind of like American Girl doll, but for the UK. And maybe more modern. I don't actually know. Maybe I don't think they are. Daisy Ice Skating. The line is called Daisy. And she's ice skating. Next, Action Girls Red. Also don't think that they had names. Aurora Gold. The line is called Aurora, and I don't know if I could find her name, so I put gold. Avastar Princess. You might think this is my Avastar, but it's not. I'm going to put in the photo, and she's going to probably look very creepy. I think the concept of this doll line was actually that you could like put a face, like something else, but a lot of them are sold without faces. And I could be making that up. I think the ones that have like the weird faces on it, I just think they look off. But they sold them without faces. I haven't really done a deep dive into them, but I just think they look so interesting. And I put, is it the princess? Because she looks like she's supposed to be Aurora. But I haven't done anything. So I haven't done too much research, but I think that was the concept. If anybody knows anything about these dolls, you can let me know. Next we have Crush Urban Energy Val. Again, I don't know too much about these dolls, but I just think they look really cool, and I feel like I don't see too many people talk about these dolls, but they look really nice, and I would like to add one into my collection. Dream Dolls Melissa, again, another dream. This one is, I think, based off of it's something. I think they're real people. They're based off of it, whether it's a TV show, a band. I don't know. I think it's a band. Full House Big Pack. Obviously the show Full House. I mean, it might not be obvious to you. And there was a big pack, and there's 2 actually, but I'm referencing the OG, so not Jesse's family, but like the other family, with DJ and Stephanie. I don't think they did a Michelle. Maybe they did. No, maybe just Danny. Is it just three dolls? Okay, next. The Adventures of Vicky Safari. There's only 1 doll, I think, so that's what I'm referencing. Glamour Gal Jana Purple Dress, how you say her name. I think the Glamour Gals are the small size dolls, if I'm not mistaken. Apne, is how you say her name. I'm not sure it actually is, but there's only 1 of her. I don't know how to say these dolls, and I wrote any. So I'm just gonna put in a photo of them, and literally some of these I will write the word any because I'm like, I don't do you know how crazy expensive these dolls are? I'm not picky. I'll take anyone. And some of the dolls that I don't need every single doll in the collection, but I think like having one would be so cool to see, like, just the different looks or different like ways that dolls have looked throughout whether they're collector dolls or play line, that kind of vibe. Madame Alexander, Alex, Annie. I don't know if the line is called Alex or what. I haven't looked too much into them because they're crazy expensive, but I would take any of them. And then we have Cherries. Another, I was gonna say Madame Alexander, but I don't know if they are. And then I said Annie, and then Cleabella, Annie. Again, collector, higher end dolls, and I have made it 100 in. Nope, I made it 99. The last one is Cami and John dolls, and I wrote Annie. So I've made it 100 in, and I think I'm gonna leave that here, and we have still 200 and something to go, 300 maybe to go, which is crazy. So I'm gonna leave it here. Stay tuned for part 2. Hopefully you enjoy. But yeah, bye.